Hey, what's going on guys? Mark back in the workshop on Mark's Aquatics. On this little video, what we're going to be doing is a water change in the little native marine tank, having a little general chat about it. Other things have been happening in there as well. Now we've had some Gobies breeding activity going on, which is really interesting as well. A lot of posturing going on with the male, flashing that lovely blue dorsal fin and the yellow dorsal fin, sorry, as well. And jet blackie's gone. He's made his burrow at the back there. So we're going to make a lovely new fresh bucket of water as well, salt water. Take 25 litres out, and feed the anemones as well, I think, because they're looking starving. So we're going to feed them up. Anyway, if you like these videos, guys, give us a thumbs up, always appreciated. And let's get into the tank and see what's been going on. Right, okay guys, we've got, I love that one of the comments was Aunt Blenny. I thought that was fantastic. She is so knowing. And if you saw before, that male Goby came out. Now they've both come out now because I've obviously come in a workshop and they're looking for some food, so I better put some food in for them. But that male, as you saw just there before, he was out posturing his fins, flaring his fins up. So that's what he's been doing. He's been making a little tiny den behind there for the eggs, and that's going to be interesting stuff to see that happen. So I'll throw a little bit of food in, I think, while you're here. And all I'm feeding them is just flake food, bog standard. This is freshwater flake food, daily stuff from Oazi, which they kindly sent me. I'll just put this in. Actually, Mr. Goby's just come out again, the male one at the back. I'm not sure, because they get so accustomed to seeing the tub in my hand, as soon as they see it, they're out. So I better not. I thought he might have done a bit more posturing, but yeah, he's taking out the tongs now. And if you watch the anemones, they'll all catch some in their tentacles, and they'll start bringing it up as well. Everybody seems to be absolutely loving this series of videos at the moment. And we're going to be doing some more down the beach, collecting more things to go in here. Some mid-water swimmers, little mullet, wrasse, things of that nature. That little sucker fish, that little Cornish sucker, he's still in here. He mostly comes out at night, and I'm putting in little bits of prawn for him at night. So I'll try some night footage of him feeding for you if I can, but he's very, very shy. And he comes out, he likes to suck up around the back of the pumps, and sorry, on the standpipes and the filters right at the other end. So I'm going to try and get some more of this footage for you on the Gobies pairing up, because she looks absolutely chock-a-block with eggs. She really does. Oh, here comes the male. I think they're more interested in food at the moment, but fantastic stuff. Look at that. Oh, Lenny, bless her. Crazy hermit crab has come out of his shell again and gone into the other one. Let me try and get this thing squared up. Now here comes the male. Let's see what happens here. See that posturing? Let me move back a bit. He'll start just spinning away sideways if he doesn't get photo bombed by Aunt Blenny. Let's see what happens here. Still picking away at the food. The other starfish now is up there, look. Hope you like that little bit of speedy footage there on little Peach there, destroying that cockle. I knew it was going to be inevitable. One of them was going to have him in the end, because those barnacles now are running a little bit low, and we're going to have to get some more of them. We're going to have to pop down the beach and grab some more, so, and pick up some more of those little tiny cockles, other little bivalves I can find, maybe a nice little group of little mussels for them to feed on. Here comes the male again. Now if you look down there at the back by that anemone, the other blue one that we've got, you can see on top of that oyster there's a load more sand. Now that's where that goby is gone right through at the back of that rock and hollowed that tunnel right out through there. So that is the nest that he's creating. So it's going to be interesting what's going on. I'm just going to keep still a minute. He keeps going back in there. When I came out into the workshop just now, that's when I caught them displaying. So it's going to be interesting. Still a bits of food in the water, so here he goes. Look at that, look. See him flashing? Oh, my chiller's just fired up. Here he goes, look. Little throat pushing out as well. Aunt Brenny's coming in to mess everything up. Yeah, people have been asking me about these chillers. Are they necessary? It's like I keep saying, they are necessary if you want to keep what I'm keeping. You want to keep a smaller rock pool one. In fact, if you guys want me to do a video on how to set up a natural, here we go, look at that posturing, that's fantastic. A natural sea tank like this, but with things that you can keep, I can always do that as well. This is lovely behaviour. I don't even know if this has been filmed before, but it is very interesting. Here he comes again. Little throat pouch out. Flared up fins. Oh, this is fantastic. I've never seen this before. This is all new to me. Like I said before to you guys, I have bred thousands upon thousands of fish, lots and lots of different species, and all the videos are on there. You can go and have a look. Freshwater, all different types of fish I've bred over the years, and I've been putting them on YouTube for you guys to follow and replicate, so you get great success. I don't know what's going on here now. He seems to have gone back into the background. That Irish moss is doing brilliantly as well. If you can see up there the Irish moss, you can see that right in the middle of the picture now, that beautiful blue sheen that you get from it. And as it gets bigger, you'll get more of that. I've got to get some of that magic seaweed in here as well, which is going to look fabulous. But that tends to grow more down south, Cornwall way, around places like that. The other dahlia's out actually. Look at that. The other dahlia anemone's a little bit more. Thank you, Chilla. There's a little bit more blue and bluey green inside that one, as you can see. Boo. Go and check your girlfriend up. No point watching me for more food. But I want more food. Well, you'll have to wait. That nice little, look at that blue in there. Look, absolutely fascinated that anemone. The blue in that, on those beads and around that bottom of the foot, is absolutely stunning. It really is. Where are you going? Let's get a close up of his fins. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. Look. What a pose. You're a right poser. Yellow and blue on the fins. Now, a lot of people have said we can't believe what they've seen in this tank, and it comes from around the UK, and we've got some absolutely stunning wildlife around our UK coastline. We really have, and this is just a very, very small part of it. But we're going to slowly grab other little bits as we go along throughout this series, which I'm thoroughly enjoying, as you can tell. Oh, there's the remnants of that old cockle there. But he's going back to see his girlfriend, I think. We'll come around this side again and have a look. I'll try and get you a better close-up of her. Close-up. There you go. Now look at that little tummy on her. She's absolutely full of eggs. Now she's got the orange dorsal fin as well. But obviously she's a bit more sandy. These are just common gobies. We get lots of different types around the UK. And we get the giant goby as well, which can get up to around a foot long, and they are absolutely mean old predators. They would eat these. They eat anything that literally fits in their mouth. They really do. They are right little Look at these two down here, look. Little and large. There you go, well, there you go guys, there's a little bit of interest for you. Now that beadlet anemone there is reaching over and stinging that little anemone right by that little snake lock. You see him twisted right over there, and they've all stuck together and having a little bit of a territory war going on. Look at that. See the tentacles actually stuck together? Amazing stuff. I've not seen that before. A new bit of yeah, he's coming off now, look. They're parting their ways. But it just so happens, what's going on? Here comes the wife. Ice creams? Yeah. Excellent stuff. Right, I'll see you in a minute. Yes, those snake lock anemones, they sure have put on some size since we put them in there. They really have. Lovely to see. Can't wait to get down on the big tides to get some different ones, to get some more green ones. But that's going to be a trip down south, so that's going to be that's a 3-hour drive. We'll shoot off down there one weekend, get all the family in the car and shoot down there, and we'll pick up some lovely stuff. We've just got to pick out the big tides. I think we've missed the biggest tides of the year because they're normally in the spring and the autumn. But we'll go down there, we'll find some stuff. I won't fail you. We'll keep it interesting. Well, the RO bucket's slowly filling up. We're nearly halfway there. And then we'll do this water change. Right, okay guys, you can see there now, that is the male. Now, I took some the footage that you saw just before of that male. He was jet black, wasn't he, with those lovely lightning blue across the back fin there and on the dorsal fin. Now, I'm not sure what's happened, maybe overnight, this is the following day, this footage, but he's gone in the back there and he's changed colour. So whether or not they've actually bred and they've laid the eggs and now he's gone back into looking after the eggs mode, I'm not sure. But she looks a little bit thinner, but not too much. Ravenous for food as always. Let us see. Sometimes you get a very strong flashlight. Yeah, she does look a bit thinner. So maybe they've deposited the eggs down in that hole there that we saw earlier. I've just been cleaning the glass, and as you can tell, they are not frightened of anything. In fact, they're more curious about what I'm doing, and the little bits of algae that are coming off the glass, they're actually picking that up as well and eating that. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a water change, and I'm going to take you through that process. There's the male, just popped out again. We're going to take you through that process of doing a water change, okay? Going to drop it down a little bit. What I tend to do with this is I take out 25 litres, which is a salt bucket worth, which I've got down there. So I take 25 litres out and put 25 litres back in. But what I'll do is I'll show you how I take it out and return it to the tank. There's Aunt Blenny. Hello. Hello. You're looking, and I tell you what, she's so knowing. Very intelligent fish, Blenny. We're going to have to find you a boyfriend. Definitely next time we go down to the beach. Now, a few of you guys have messaged me on here and you've said that why don't you use natural seawater to do the water changes? The reason is that where we live, it's very estuarine, so we get a very muddy, not a very nice, not crystal clear like this at all, water around where we live. We need to go further up the coast towards Pembrokeshire way before that water starts to get a little bit more clearer. Where we were last time, it was getting clearer that way. So that's the reason, and that's a long drive to get. It's not that long, but it'd be a bit of a pain to be driving all the way up there and back just to get 25 litres of water to do a water change. When I go up there, I think I might I'll take a big 5-gallon jack up there with me, and I'll bring some back. But I don't like to keep it too long. So if I can plan it, I'll do it the same day as I bring the wildlife back. It'll be introducing more little bits into the water, some bit of phytoplankton and different things in the water as well. So that's the reason why I use a salt mix. So what I use is RO water, reverse osmosis water, okay, from my engine room down here. You can see that. That's the one I use. That one just there. And I'm going to fill up that tub. Basically, the cable runs up there to that. Now that goes to my workshop, sorry, to the coral room, the other side. So all I've got to do is just turn that off like that. Press that down. I can't do this one-handed. Hang about. Right, then I connected, I took it off of there, and now I've just connected another piece straight into there, and now that's going to go down into my bucket, and I'll just pop that in there, turn it on, and completely forget about it like I normally do, and flood the shed. I will set my timer. It normally takes about 20 minutes to fill up 25 litres. It takes a little bit of time, but as you can see, it doesn't come out there that fast. There you go. So we've got new fresh water being made to go in there. Obviously that takes out all those chlorines, horrible chloramines, all that stuff, so we don't put anything nasty into our tank for our little mates. We don't want to be hurting them. Because we've taken them from the wild, we've got to look after them. So while that's filling up, yes guys, going to the beach. I've had a lot of people saying, is this legal? Again, go back on my playlists and you'll see there's a whole list. I put them all the series, the whole series of this in a playlist folder for you, okay? So you can go in there and you can watch it all from day one right the way through to today's video, and you will see all the stuff, all about the chiller, about the filtration, about everything else, about the tank, setting it up and everything else, okay? That's from part one. Any of your questions, give me a, drop it in the comments below, and I'll get back to you, okay? Right, okay guys, while that's filling, we're getting a little bit in there now. This is the salt I use. It's Foraged, it's called. It's got everything in it. It's got all the calcium in there. It's got KH buffers. It's got everything you need in there. And you basically, it's only about two and a half of these scoops of salt for 25 litres of water in there. And then you just stir it in. So when that's full, we'll get on with that. We got some food. We're going to feed the anemones in a minute. Well, before we do that, we're going to get down and we are going to make some of this salt up. So basically, just fill that up, shake that in there. I'm going to put 2 of these in. Well, a little bit more. There you go. Right, now we're going to get our stirring stick, which I've lost. Hang about. Right, okay. Now just give that a slow spin up. You'll find it's going to stick to the bottom and it'll take a while to dissolve. Reason being that the water's cold. Now if you do this in warm water, you get it up to, like I do in my coral room, my other tanks when I do a water change, I get this up to about 24 degrees. Being warmer, it mixes that salt in quite quickly. Then with the warmer, it just dissolves it a little bit quicker. But just keep spinning around. You'll find it'll go to the center, go backwards and forwards like this. Keep feeling around the bottom and you'll be picking up more, and you'll find it'll go quite cloudy as it mixes. And then we leave it for a while, and it's basically a lot of little micro bubbles in there. So I'll leave that there. And I think what we'll do is we'll feed the anemones and then we'll come back, give that another stir and go from there. There you go guys, nice little set you up there on the hair of Medusa. Look at that. Now I'm going to feed them some nice big chunks of raw shrimp. Hey, that's not for you. Get out of here. Right. She's gone ballistic now, look. See if you can get that out of them tongs. She got it. Well, that'll keep you happy. You've got a mouthful of food now. Oh, brilliant stuff. Now let's try and feed the snake locks without you interfering. Oh, never. She's doing it again. Right, you're not going to let me feed these, are you? She's chasing me around like a dog, look. Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, go on then. Have that big chunk as well. There, now she's swum off. Oh, greedy little guy. Now you want some. Well, we'll give it to that. If you can get it out of there, you can have it. I'll give you a piece in a minute. I've got to feed these anemones. There you go. That's gone. What else can I find? Another nice chunk for this one. And in it goes. What we'll do is we'll go around, we'll feed them all at the moment. There you are, there's yours. Quickly grabbed. I've got squid, mussel. Oh, here you go. Go and get that bit. Have you got it? Wow, that went straight down. Quick as that. I've got mussels. I'll feed you down there. You'll see those snake blocks there, they'll start to blow right up in a minute as they take that inside. There's another one a little bit further over. I'll give some as well. There you go. Feeding time's great fun. Thoroughly enjoy feeding time. Yeah, let's go and see what Aunt Blenny's making of this. Mrs. Guts. Look at you. You can't get any more in your tummy, can you? That's what happens when you're a pig. What about you? Do you want a piece? Let me get another little bit for him. Let's try Mr. Man on a piece of squid. Ooh, that's nice. He loves that. I'll keep him happy. And then we can do these dahlias, I think. Oh, someone's missing out. Come on in. Oh, he took that out of there. Look at. They're so aggressive. As you can see, he's changed colour again. How are you doing, fatty? My goodness. You're going to roll around the tank, you are. You had enough of you. You're going to go and hide up in the weeds now. Behind the power head. Right, I'm going to get my tongs again. And we'll feed these little beadlets. One for you. Come on. Let's feed these dahlias. There you go. Sorry, my camera works a little bit dodgy and I'm a little bit quiet. I'm concentrating. Right, let's give this dahlia one. Wow, that didn't take long. Now, who else hasn't had a feed? You? No, leave it. Oh, naughty Gobies. Let's feed in the zoo. Yeah, there's a bit of squid gone rogue in there now. Let's see who gets that. The shrimp. Are you going to get it? Stuck in the weed. I think everyone's got full tummies at the moment. 2 more to go. Bit for you. A bit for your little mate. There you go. They've all got a piece now. Look at that. And what about you? Let's give you another bit because you're a large anemone. Have you got it? Yep. Who else hasn't had anything to eat? I think they're all done. Oh, there's another blue one actually, which is in that hole right at the back there. I'll give that one a piece of squid, I think. There you go. Now everybody has had a nice feed. Where's that bit of squid? There it is. I'll find that. and I'm sure I can find a home for you. Let's give it to that snake lot. They never say no to food, those guys. Okay, that's everybody fed for now. That back in there. He's still got his bit of squid. He's not giving that up for anything. It's one of the other hermit crabs there now. He's jumped in one of the old whelk shells at the back. As you can see, we've got lots of old shells here for them to jump in and out of when they feel like they want to change. Another little one there. They were in these shells here, but they've jumped out now and gone into these. He's creeping up to his mate there. We watch this now. There'll be a row in a minute. No, he's thinking better of it. He can smell that bit of squid, and he's going to try and steal it. As you can see now, all the anemones now are blown up, taking all that food inside them, slowly disappearing. The mouth parts just open up, and they're slowly just drawn in inside it where it's digested. Brilliant stuff. Well, okay guys, I've got my little refractometer out there now. That's going to tell me the salinity of the water in the bucket. So basically what you do is you lift that little lid up like that. If you're unfamiliar with these, sometimes you can get the other ones as well, which you actually put in the water and you lift out, and a little lever comes up like that, which shows you the reading as well. But I like these, they're more accurate. And you basically just put a drop of water on there, close the lid like that, and that puts a very fine micro layer across under there. And then if I can get this right, I might be able to show you guys if I can get close enough. Bear with me. Now I'm not sure if you can see that there. There's no water in there, but you've got all the levels there. You've got 30 foot. What we need is 35 parts per thousand, okay, on the right hand one, or 0.26 on there. That's what we need. You've got to make sure this is nice and clean. And now I'm going to put a blob on the water, blob of this water on that. Close that lid. And we can have a look through. There you go guys, there's the reading. And that's the reading you want, 35 parts per thousand. And we're perfect there now. And that is the same salinity that is in the tank. So we've just got to take out 25 litres, a bucket full, and then we can replace the other bucket full. So I'm going to drop some water out of there now. You'll see the level going down, and then we'll replace all that lovely new fresh seawater for them to enjoy. Right, got the old trusty crook there. Just going to hang that over the edge of the tank. This is where you get a gob full of seawater, but we don't mind that. You can probably hear that now coming out into the bucket. While you're doing that, unplug your power heads and your wave makers, because they're going to get sucking in loads and loads of air otherwise, okay? You might start seeing that water level drop in a minute. It's quite a big pipe this, so it doesn't take long to suck the water out. Always mind out with your fish when you're doing this, because if you've got an open-ended pipe, they can get sucked into the pipe and killed very, very quickly. So you must be ever so careful and keep your eye on the pipe when this happens. There you go. A little bit more. And there you go. As quick as that. We've got 25 litres out. Put that pipe away. Now you can see how much I've taken out. That's the returning pipe there for the chiller, you can see. That makes sure that water stays nice and chilled at around 14.5 degrees. Now I've slowly started to up the temperature in the tank at the moment, because as the weeks are progressing, it's starting to get a little bit warmer with spring on the way. So I'm mimicking nature, so I'm trying to keep it just like the natural sea would be, and we're going to get it up to summer temperatures very slowly, which is around 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, right, so what we're going to do now, there's no rush to put this back. As you can see, all the anemones now, with that lack of power head flow and everything, they're just slowly just moving around, just drifting around now in the main pump's current. Everyone's happy, everybody's had their lunch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jug the water back in. I do that because I can't get the height to siphon it back in, and I haven't got my little pump handy to pump it in with my hose pipe, so I'll have to do it with a jug. There you go, just a couple of little, I think it's a 2 litre jug, and we're just going to pour that slowly into the tank, not to go too mad because we'll end up blowing the sand everywhere and creating the right mess. So it's a nice little slow process. Just enjoy yourself doing water changes. I will say that, guys, a lot of people find this a chore. I find it very therapeutic doing water changes, knowing that you're doing a lot of good for the tank, replacing all those different minerals and things that are in the water that all the plants and animals and creatures are utilising. So I enjoy doing that. The seawater mix has got all the buffers in that we need in there. It's got all magnesium in there, it's got the right KH buffers, calcium, all that great stuff. And different salts, different brands are obviously more expensive because they've got more of these buffers in, and some of them are just basic and they're not very expensive at all. I always tend to go for a decent one. Like I say, the Aquaforest I find very good. I use that in my coral room as well as this little tank in here. Anyway, I won't bore you with putting all these scoops in. I'll get back to you when it's full. Right, there you go, we're all full up again. Power back on to the power head, create the flow, then you'll see everything start to come to life again. Things will start moving around again and getting back to the flow of nature. Look at that. And that is how easy it is to do a water change. Now I'm doing that every 2 weeks. That same little routine, 25 litres out, 25 litres of fresh water back in. You'll notice it'll go a little bit cloudy when you first mix it up and you put it in, but it's within an hour it'll be clear again and you'll be back up to speed and enjoying the tank. And also not forgetting the old phytoplankton as well. I put one of those, one press, and then I put that in. I put one of those in every day, and I just put it down by the power head there and blow that into the tank, and that keeps all the filter feeding barnacles and the oyster and anything else in there that eats phytoplankton nice and happy. There you go, guys. I just thought I'd show you that again. That big blue beetle anemone there is going back down and bending over again and having a go at that snake lock. They won't kill each other, but he'll make it move off of his rock. He's basically saying, this is my rock, this is where I live, and I want all the food. As you'll see, he'll do that and then he'll retract and he'll go back up. It's amazing when you do this stuff in hyperlapse to see the war going on. Now I've done it with my corals before when I've had like a hard coral, an SPS coral, having a go at something else, and they put out these long stinging tentacles, sweeper tentacles they're called, and he's left him now, look. And they it's crazy to watch them digest their neighbours to get a little bit more real estate for them to grow. There you go, he's leaving them now. He's had his game. I've stung you. Please move away. Mr. Hermit is still very happy, munching down on his squid. And all those lovely red beadlet anemones there have all had their lunch, and their little tentacles are all out again, and they're all very, very happy. Look at that. Anyway guys, I hope you liked that little video on how to do water changes on this little native marine tank. I think it's looking rather good now. And give me a thumbs up if you like these little videos as always. And as always, you're all stars, love you loads, take care, and I'll see you on the next episode of Mark's Aquatics. Bye for now. Aha!